These are several UK milk brands that millions of households buy every single week, and a few alternatives that consumer advocates consistently recommend instead. The internet has been furious about this for months. Viral videos have racked up millions of views, claiming that standard supermarket milk is essentially unsafe, biologically dead, or secretly loaded with experimental cattle feed additives. Most of that outrage is exaggerated. Some of it, though, points to real industry practices worth knowing about before the next trip to the supermarket. The controversy exploded across social media between late 2025 and early 2026. Creators began listing the UK's biggest dairy brands and demanding viewers boycott them immediately. The claims ranged from dramatic to outright wrong. But buried underneath the panic were three genuine industry practices that many consumers had simply never heard of before. Ultra-processing methods that extend shelf life at a cost to nutritional quality.
Intensive farming conditions that keep cows permanently indoors on concrete floors.
And a relatively new cattle feed additive called Bovaer, which reduces methane emissions but sparked fierce public backlash after processors publicly announced the trials, leading to widespread viral misinformation and conspiracy theories online. None of the 8 brands discussed here are illegal. The UK Food Standards Agency has not banned any of them. Drinking budget supermarket milk will not land anyone in hospital. But the gap between the minimum legal standard and what genuinely good quality milk looks like is wider than most shoppers realize. And that gap is exactly what we examine here.
Starting with Cravendale, produced by Arla Foods, which holds roughly 30% of the UK's liquid milk market.
Cravendale built its reputation on a longer shelf life compared to standard fresh milk, and the method behind that is ceramic microfiltration. The process works by pushing raw milk through an extremely fine ceramic sieve that physically removes bacteria without using heat. The result is milk that stays fresh for up to 3 weeks in the fridge. Critics argue, with some justification, that this process also removes naturally occurring beneficial bacteria and subtly alters the flavor profile. The milk is not chemically treated and causes no harm, but it is meaningfully different from what comes straight out of a traditional dairy. Arla's standard milk range, which supplies numerous supermarket own-label products across Britain, draws criticism for the same reason Cravendale does: scale. Arla collects milk from thousands of farms across the UK and Europe, combines it into enormous pooled tanks, and processes it at industrial volume. Individual farm traceability disappears completely at that point, which is a real transparency concern, even when the end product is perfectly safe to drink. Tesco's budget milk lines, including the Creamfields range, fall under a different category of concern. Ultra-high temperature processing, known as UHT, heats milk to approximately 135 degrees Celsius for a few seconds to destroy all microorganisms. The shelf life extends considerably as a result, sometimes to several months without refrigeration. The trade-off is that heat-sensitive vitamins, including some B vitamins, are partially degraded in the process, and proteins alter their structure at that temperature. Legal, regulated, and safe, and it retains practically the same nutritional value as gently pasteurized fresh milk from a smaller dairy. As does Just Essentials range, Aldi's Everyday Essentials milk, and Sainsbury's Stamford Street Company line share a nearly identical profile. These value brands occupy the budget tier of the supermarket dairy category, and the economics behind them explain most of the complaints attached to them. Producing milk at that price point relies on mass-pooled supply chains, which increasingly include large-scale intensive farms, where cows are typically housed indoors, fed grain-heavy diets, and have limited or no access to pasture grazing. The cows behind these labels are healthy enough to meet legal welfare standards, but their diet directly affects the milk they produce. Grass-fed cows produce milk with measurably higher levels of omega-3 fatty acids and conjugated linoleic acid compared to grain-fed indoor cows. Multiple independent studies confirm this consistently. Budget milk sits at the nutritional floor, not because it is dangerous, but because the farming model behind it was never designed with nutritional richness as the goal.
Morrisons' everyday milk enters the list partly because of the Bovaer controversy. Morrisons, alongside Arla-supplied brands including Anchor, began supplier trials of Bovaer in late 2024 and continued into 2025. Bovaer is an organic compound, technically known as 3-NOP, added to cattle feed to suppress the enzyme in a cow's stomach that produces methane. The aim is a reduction in livestock methane emissions of around 30%, which would be a genuinely useful contribution to reducing the agricultural carbon footprint. Regulatory authorities in the UK approved the product. No credible scientific evidence suggests it harms the animal or compromises the safety of the milk it produces. Müller milk, sourced through supply chains overlapping with several farms involved in these trials, sits in the same position. The public backlash was not ultimately about safety. People were angry that this additive was moving through the supply chain without explicit consumer labeling, despite public announcements and in-store signage from retailers earlier in the year. That is a transparency failure, regardless of whether the science behind the product is sound. Anchor, owned by Arla, closes the list of 8. As an Arla-branded product, it carries similar supply chain concerns, like large-scale farm pooling and no individual traceability. Though Arla's branded products are not directly involved in the Bovaer trial network. Anchor markets itself with heritage dairy imagery, but the farming infrastructure behind the label is as industrialized as anything else in the Arla portfolio. The 4 alternatives that consistently rise to the top when consumers push for better start with Yo Valley Organic. Yo Valley holds Soil Association Organic certification, which carries genuine legal weight in the UK. Organic standards require that cows have actual outdoor access, graze on natural pasture, and are fed diets completely free from synthetic additives. Bovaer is categorically not permitted under organic certification rules. The milk costs more per litre, but the farming model behind it is demonstrably different from the budget alternative. Waitrose Duchy Organic sits in the same tier. Duchy Organic milk adheres to strict pasture commitments, and the supply chains behind it maintain individual farm traceability. The price premium per pint is real, but for shoppers who prioritise animal welfare and full transparency, the product delivers exactly what it promises. The cows eat grass. The milk comes from a very small, defined network of farms, rather than a completely anonymous national pool. The milk reaches the shelf without passing through a shared industrial tank, filled with output from hundreds of other farms. Graham's The Family Dairy, based in Scotland, represents an entirely different model. A family-owned business that has operated across generations, Graham sources from a defined network of Scottish farms and has actively communicated its position on feed additives throughout the period when larger processors were quietly adopting industrial-scale methods. The pricing sits below most premium organic options, making it a genuinely accessible choice for households that want traceable, quality milk without paying Waitrose prices for the privilege. The 4th category is local and independent dairies, and this is where the transparency argument becomes clearest. Operations like Parker Dairies deliver directly from single farms or small farm networks to individual customers in returnable glass bottles, while the estate dairy uses recyclable glass for retail. At most, a handful of farms sit behind the entire supply chain,
all of which can be identified and, in many cases, visited. These dairies have publicly committed to staying free from Bovaer and similar additives. The milk frequently carries a richer, noticeably fuller flavor compared to supermarket alternatives because it has not been processed to survive weeks inside a national distribution system. The price difference between budget supermarket milk and a premium local or organic alternative is worth acknowledging plainly. A standard 4-pint own-label budget bottle costs roughly £1.45 at the shelf. A comparable volume of Yo Valley Organic sits closer to £2.50. A local dairy delivery can reach £2.50 or more per 2 litres. For many households managing tight budgets, that gap is simply not manageable week to week, and that is a completely reasonable position to hold. What this video does not argue is that the brands discussed are harming the nation, or that budget milk deserves to go down the drain. Food safety authorities regulate the dairy industry across the UK, and every brand covered here clears that bar. What the evidence does show clearly and consistently is that the bar sits at a legal minimum, not a nutritional or ethical gold standard. Bovaer trials ran without consumer labeling. Farm sourcing gets pulled into anonymity at industrial scale. Processing methods reduce nutritional content without any obligation to declare it. That information belongs to every person standing in a supermarket aisle making a decision about what goes into their morning cup of tea. Share this video with anyone who saw the viral panic and deserves a far clearer picture of what is genuinely going on.